going on, guys? This is Michael GF, and today I'll be doing another LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens 2016 set review on the First Order Battle Pack. And the set number for this one is 75132. The recommended ages are 6 through 12, and it has a piece count of 88, while the price point is $12.99. And man, we have yet another disappointing set to review, because this battle pack really just turned out to not be that great, because the whole purpose of battle packs is to actually be able to army build, right? And it's like for Star Wars Rebels, they gave us an entire battle pack with just straight up 4 Stormtroopers from the animated series, but then it's like, okay, for The Force Awakens, we only get 1 regular Stormtrooper, we get 1 gunner, and that's fine, but then a technician and a crew member? Why? Who asked for this? It's just so unfortunate, and we're going to talk about the build and everything else in a second, but first we're going to go over the figures. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the First Order Heavy Gunner is just a new Stormtrooper variant, but it's still really, really awesome. We do see these guys in the movie for, I think, at least 2 sequences, and it's basically just your regular First Order Stormtrooper, just with this really nice new vest. So you have the exact same helmet, the same awesome, new mold, the same awesome set of printing on that, the same awesome set of printing on the legs, and then this new torso basically represents the vest that they have, carrying all the extra ammunition and what have you, to give them that title as being heavy gunners. And so you can see LEGO has portrayed that on the front of the torso with a really, really nice design, and really detailed as well. That looks great. And then the same can be said for the back of the torso, which is more so just a regular First Order design on the back there, just with the straps continued on. So that's a nice addition to both sides of the torso, just having this vest and just having a First Order Heavy Gunner minifigure in general. It's just really cool to have this variant of the First Order Stormtroopers. So yeah, then of course your regular First Order Stormtrooper, sadly the only one in this set, is really nice as well. Basically exactly what you just saw, the exact same really, really awesome helmet, the exact same set of printing on the legs, and the torso obviously being the standard Stormtrooper design, and the same thing for the back. It's basically just your standard First Order Stormtrooper. You've probably seen one before. And then we do have stud shooters included with all the minifigures in this set. By the way, if you don't know how stud shooters work, if you're new to them, you just push down the gray lever and then the stud comes firing out, and that's basically how they work. Aside from that, there's not much else going on with Stormtroopers in this set, sadly. These 2, as you just saw them, are the only 2, and it really sucks. And now we'll get into the other 2 minifigures, which I'm not as excited to talk about. Okay, so the First Order Technician, let me just say, it's not that I'm not excited about these minifigures. They're definitely nice, and it's not the minifigures themselves that are the problem. I think they're portrayed perfectly. They're fine. It's just the set that they're placed in. It's so unfortunate that we get these minifigures in a battle pack and not in, I don't know, anything else. So I'll get into that in a little bit more detail in just a minute here, but you can see the head we've seen before. We saw that in the Kylo Ren's command shuttle and on a couple of minifigures in the Force Awakens sets, and that's definitely a really nice design to have. And then you also do have the very basic, like, black First Order suit that they're wearing. You can see that's portrayed there on that torso. There's nothing new with this torso design. We've seen it before, but you can see all the gray lines there, and then also it's continued onto the back of the torso as well. And then they have an entirely new hat going on here, and this is an entirely new piece. It's really nice. It has the First Order symbol on the front of it, and it's really cool. We actually did see these in the film very briefly. You have to really pay attention to actually see one of these, one of the guys wearing these in the movie, but they are there, and it's pretty cool to actually have a piece of it. But I mean, it's not too exciting. And again, I don't know why this minifigure was put into this set when he should have been put into, again, anything else. But yeah, so that's really it though. And then again, stud shooter. Okay, actually, quick clarification. This guy is the First Order Technician, and the one you just saw is actually the First Order crew member. I kind of got those mixed up, so I apologize for that. But the Technician here is really the same minifigure, same exact torso that you just saw, same exact design on the back, of course, and then the helmet you've probably seen before if you saw the Kylo Ren's command shuttle set. It's the exact same helmet from there carried over onto this one, and it's a really nice new piece. We saw this in the film very briefly again. We really didn't see a lot of the First Order variants for any extended period of time in the film aside from the regular Stormtroopers, but they were there, and these guys were definitely there as well, and the helmet is definitely cool to see again. And then of course we have this head, which LEGO has put in a lot of the Force Awakens sets, and I think they're going to continue to use, because it's definitely a nice design for like a standard infantry face, and it works. So that's bad pack, and aside from that, that's really it for the minifigures included with this set. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the actual set itself. Okay, so the First Order Turbo Laser, at least that's what LEGO refers to it as, I do not recall seeing anywhere in The Force Awakens. And I mean, maybe it was present during the trench run scene, maybe it was on the bottom of a Star Destroyer. I don't personally remember, maybe you do, but even so, I feel like this is likely a scaled down version of it. But you can see that this turret kind of resembles the turrets you man on Sullust in Battlefront, so I kind of feel like a build like this should have been in that battle pack that still has yet to come out, but is already out for you Europeans, so lucky you guys. But I feel like this is the type of turret that should have been in that set, and maybe something else for this set. Regardless, though, the build is still really nice. It definitely has a lot of decent playability features on it. The top of it can rotate a full 360, and that works really well. And also on the top of it, you have a little stud shooter integrated into it that can be adjusted up and down, as you can see there. And again, if you don't know how stud shooters fire, you push down on the gray lever and the stud comes flying out. So they definitely work as a playability feature, even though I don't have any resistance members to fire at right now. But so the hatches that are on this thing is really where the rest of its features lie. And you have on the back here this little like control panel that is revealed when you pull this hatch out, and that's on a basic hinge piece as well, a basic couple of hinge pieces that you can see there. And that's not a sticker, by the way, if you've never seen that piece before. But yeah, I gotta fold that all the way back, and there we go. So anyway, yeah, then the other hatch here, you can see we have the extra studs basically for the Stormtroopers and the technician and the crew members, their blasters, and then you also have the extra studs for the actual turret itself. So aside from that, though, that's really it for this build. There's not much else going on here. It definitely looks nice. So I mean, there's an added compliment, but I mean, for the most part, there's really not much to talk about in terms of the build itself. It's really all the minifigures that are included with the set that are the main talking point, and I just still find it so unfortunate that instead of getting, the way I see it, the way this battle pack should have been, we should have had 3 regular Stormtroopers, and then one of them maybe could have had the riot baton that TR8R, who actually is now being referred to as Nines, one that he had that's actually already in the battle on Takodana. So like 3 Stormtroopers, one of them has the riot baton, and then the heavy gunner, and that would have been great. But that would have been solid. You would have had your variety. One of them would have had the riot baton, and you would have had a heavy gunner, and they're all Stormtroopers that you can very easily army build with, and it would have been the ideal battle pack. But instead, we get a technician and a crew member because I don't know. So I would love to see why LEGO would have gone down this route for this battle pack that everyone was excited for. Because I really feel like now that people have seen this battle pack, they're just kind of like going to shy away and be like, oh, I'll get like 2. Instead of like maybe the 5 to 10 that they were originally planning on getting, because you're really not getting any Stormtroopers in this thing. You can get a couple of Stormtroopers in the battle on Takodana. You don't need to buy this set to get a couple of Stormtroopers, and it's just... Sure, this at least maybe will help their value degrade. Maybe it'll be easier to get them on Bricklink and eBay. But I feel like even for kids, if I was a kid and I saw this set, I wouldn't want it either. I mean, maybe the gunner would definitely appeal to anyone, the heavy gunner, but then it's like, these two just like really ruin half the set, and it sucks. So can I recommend this for $12, $13? No. No, I can't. And to be honest, I would just recommend getting First Order Stormtroopers, through other venues, because it's just, this is not your ideal battle pack, and I really feel like it's just not worth it. And hopefully you guys disagree. Hopefully you can find some way to appreciate this set yourself, and you do like these 2 minifigures included, but they're just 2 background characters that were barely even in the movie. I think you might have seen them in like the hangar scene, and that was it. So it's just, they're totally out of nowhere. They're not even characters that were ever on the front lines in the movie, and it's really unfortunate. So let me know what you think down in the comments. That's just what I think. It's really sad, because I remember the classic days, the old days when you had the Clone Trooper battle packs and you had 3 regular Clone Troopers and then a gunner. And that was great. And sadly, that is no longer the case. And it's kind of sad that now they're bringing back the battle pack name, but you don't actually get a decent battle pack to hold that title. So yeah, anyway, we're going to take a look at the box and the instruction manual. As a matter of fact, let me just show you the extra pieces really quick. This green stud on the cannon here I actually pulled from the extra pile after I fired it. But anyway, so yeah, you can see that these are just like you just get like 3 extra studs, and then one of these pieces that goes inside the stud shooter. So there you go, just to save myself that extra segment. But yeah, so box, instruction manual, let's do it. So the box is pretty much what you'd expect. You've got the entire scenario taking place on Starkiller Base, which is definitely pretty cool. And then on the top here, it kind of threw me off, but we have the First Order crew member sporting the actual size reference, and a few times in this review, I actually referred to him as the technician, when actually it's the other way around. This guy is the crew member, and then the dude with the big helmet, he's the technician. So I just wanted to clarify that in case I forget to add a note during editing. Then on the back of the box, of course, you have all the features that I just went over, the stud shooters and accessories that are included with the minifigures, and then a little blueprint of the turbo laser in the top right corner. So yeah, definitely pretty awesome. So the build is actually pretty short. It's only 21 pages long, and this instruction manual is actually smaller than the one from the Clash of Heroes set that I just reviewed previously, and this build is only 21 pages long, and then there are no advertisements for the other 3 Force Awakens sets that were released on January 1st, but we do have an advertisement for this Force Builder app that, again, as I've said before, I really don't care about. So yeah, aside from that though, that's really it for this review, guys, and now we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video.
All due respect, sir. You're useless.
Alright guys, and there you go, my review on the highly anticipated and unfortunately disappointing First Order Battle Pack. But if you enjoyed this review or maybe found it informative, if it helped you in deciding if you want to start picking up these sets, maybe buy a couple, definitely let me know by dropping this video a like below and or your opinion on this set or anything I said down in the comments, as it's all welcome, guys, and definitely goes a long way. And also, let me just say, again, I would definitely go for the Resistance Troopers Battle Pack, because that set has a lot more to offer, especially in terms of army building, and you can just get the First Order Stormtroopers by any other means, by eBay, Bricklink. It's just, I don't really recommend this set, to be honest with you. I would honestly just wait for the Stormtroopers to maybe become more common after like maybe another wave of Force Awakens sets, and then, you know, the Stormtroopers become even more common. So it's just, I don't know. You can pick up this set if that's what you want to do. It's just, personally, I wouldn't. So, anyway, you can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, by the way. Links to all 3 of those are always down in the description below, and there I post all kinds of really cool stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. As a matter of fact, I just made some serious progress on my Deadpool minifigure, and I'm going to have Colossus in that showcase as well, possibly a 3rd figure, still going back and forth with myself. But before that, I'm doing a bunch of Halo 5 Guardian stuff. I just finished up all 3 minifigures through a big collaborative wave of minifigures that I'm going to be showcasing here on the channel pretty soon that have been quite a long time in the making. So it's going to be pretty sweet, guys, and then I'll be doing Dawn of Justice, Civil War, and a bunch of other cool, really awesome stuff this year. So yeah, aside from that though, I'm gonna go, because I am my ability to speak is just like not there anymore, because I don't know. But I'll see you guys later. All right, bye. Is definitely a really nice okay, thanks, voice. The stud shooters, he just completely fell off, possibly on the side of the, you know, maybe it was you know, damn it, like, of the entire thing taking place on the Starkiller Base. Ross, get your words out. All right. Well, that went well. Galactic Empire battle for like the, damn it.